How to fix EA-FC26 AutoHotkey, this software cannot be used error. Welcome back to Teknobalta. During our rigorous technical testing of EA-FC26 on Windows platforms, our engineering team encountered a critical initialization block triggered by EA AntiCheat. The system flags the environment with a restrictive message stating this software cannot be used. AutoHotkey, which abruptly terminates the launch process. Teknobalta's analysis revealed that this error is primarily driven by the kernel-level anti-cheat mechanism, detecting active macro engines, residual automation scripts, keyboard remapping tools, or signature-based mismatches in your background processes. Even if you do not actively have an AutoHotkey script visible on your desktop, latent background services, virtual controller wrappers, or aggressive security tools frequently cause false positives within the EA ecosystem. After running extensive diagnostics across multiple test benches, we have developed a definitive sequence of structural solutions to completely eliminate this conflict and restore immediate access to the game. Our first operational solution requires a definitive verification and termination of hidden macro services through the Windows Task Manager. During our investigation, we observed that AutoHotkey or similar compilation scripts often leave dormant instances named AutoHotkey.exe or AHK.exe running in the Background Details tab. We recommend pressing Ctrl+Shift+S, navigating directly to the Details tab, sorting by name, and manually terminating any process tied to scripting engines. Following the manual process termination, Teknobalta's analysis showed that disabling startup automation is critical to preventing the recurrence of this security flag. You need to access the Startup Apps tab within Task Manager or Windows Settings and toggle off any third-party keyboard utilities, mouse optimization suites, or automation tools. Our testing confirmed that preventing these utilities from initialization during the system boot cycle effectively keeps the system environment clean for EA AntiCheat. Another deeply effective solution involves inspecting the system tray for hidden application wrappers that utilize AutoHotkey logic under a compiled layout. Many customized mouse profiles, controller mapping applications, or custom overlay tools are built directly on top of the AutoHotkey framework without explicitly displaying the name. Our team highly recommends closing every non-essential system tray application individually until the conflict is resolved. We also verified that security suites can trigger false signatures that mirror automated input structures, causing the anti-cheat engine to misidentify harmless processes. To bypass this, you should open Windows Security or your specific third-party antivirus interface and navigate to the virus and threat protection settings. From there, manually add the entire EA-FC26 installation folder and the EA AntiCheat executable to your exclusions list. During our technical diagnostics, we identified a recurrent conflict when launching EA-FC26 directly from the Steam client due to overlay hooks and specific launch parameters. We tested an alternative pathway and found that completely closing Steam and launching the game directly via the native EA app bypasses secondary API hooks. Ensure you run the EA app with administrative privileges to guarantee clean verification between the client and the anti-cheat driver. If the issue persists, the localized cache within the EA app can maintain corrupted state records regarding active system processes. Teknobalta's technical team resolved this by opening the EA app, clicking the menu icon in the top left corner, selecting Help, and running the app recovery tool. This completely clears out the temporary file structure and forces a clean synchronization during the next game initialization. Our troubleshooting process also revealed that outdated or corrupted EA AntiCheat component files frequently cause false process detections. To fix this, navigate to your game's installation directory, Locate the EA AntiCheat folder, right-click the AntiCheat installer executable, and select Run as administrator. Click the drop-down menu to select EA-AfC26, choose the Uninstall option, and immediately click Install to refresh the core driver binary files. We discovered that improper administrative permissions on the game executable itself can prevent EA AntiCheat from properly scanning background processes to verify they are benign. Go to the main directory of EA FC26, right-click FC26, exe, select Properties, and navigate to the Compatibility tab. Check the box to run this program as an administrator, click Apply, and repeat this exact process for the EA AntiCheat Game Service, exe. Additionally, custom keyboard and mouse vendor software, such as older versions of Razer Synapse, Logitech G Hub, or iQ, can deploy macro execution modules flagged by the security system. We recommend updating your respective peripheral software to the absolute latest version or completely disabling macro profiles that utilize advanced timing delays. Testing showed that removing key macros entirely prevents the driver from flagging your hardware configurations. In several instances during our lab trials, the Windows script host or legacy automation tools left registry keys that simulated an active scripting environment. You can address this by opening the Windows registry editor via regedit in the Run dialog and scanning the paths under current user and local machine software for residual AutoHotkey entries. Deleting these stale keys removes the persistent indicators that the game software scans for during launch. Furthermore, we found that utilizing a clean boot state is an invaluable diagnostic step to isolate the exact software suite triggering the AutoHotkey alert. Open the System Configuration utility by typing msconfig in the search bar, hide all Microsoft services under the Services tab, and click Disable All. Restart your computer to run Windows with only core drivers active, which isolates whether a third-party application is responsible. Our investigation also uncovered that virtual controller emulators or software like DS for Windows or VJoy can incorporate mapping scripts that match the behavioral signature of macro inputs. If you are utilizing these tools to configure your gamepad, we recommend updating them to their latest framework or temporarily disabling them in favor of native Windows controller inputs. This ensures that no auxiliary input virtualization driver mimics a band automation wrapper. Another critical step involves verifying the integrity of the game files themselves to rule out corrupt asset links that trip security checks. Within the EA app library, click the three dots on your EA FC26 tile and select the repair option, or use the Verify Integrity feature in Steam Properties if applicable. This process meticulously scans and replaces missing or altered system modules to guarantee a pristine installation structure. Windows Core isolation and memory integrity settings can also conflict with how the EA AntiCheat driver analyzes background scripts. We recommend navigating to Windows Security, selecting Device Security, and clicking on Core Isolation Details. Toggling Memory Integrity on ensures that unauthorized drivers cannot inject code, which frequently stabilizes the background process environment for the anti-cheat engine. We also confirmed that temporary files located in the app data directory can store configuration flags that trigger execution errors. Press the Windows key plus R, type %localappdata%, locate any folders associated with EA, Electronic Arts, or temporary scripting environments, and delete them. This forces the game to rebuild its runtime configurations without referencing legacy application states. Finally, ensuring that your Windows operating system is fully updated to the latest service build resolves underlying driver verification conflicts. Navigate to Windows Update Settings and check for updates to install any pending cumulative framework updates. This updates the digital signature catalogs that EA AntiCheat relies upon to distinguish legitimate system operations from illicit scripting utilities. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.